Hey everybody, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Seems like these weekly streams are getting less and less weekly, aren't they? It's a lot of things have been coming up and slowing things down. I got a bunch of topics to talk about today on the vlog, so let's get started. And small aside, by the way, I might not have the zoom on the camera, the webcam thing, you know, how it usually is. It got all messed up recently, the settings, and I don't know if I have it set it back to exactly what it used to be. I still need to mess around with that, it's just I don't have a whole lot of time today. So first of all, if you haven't been following me on Twitter, Rogers messed up my internet really bad like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't been able to stream since. Well, as of yesterday, they seem to have fixed it up. So, not only does it not take an eternity to upload my videos anymore, but I can actually live stream again, so I'm going to be streaming over on Hitbox TV some more. I don't know exactly when, because things are really up in the air with my home life, but there you go, I'm going to be streaming again sometime soon, probably, almost definitely this week. We have an update on TAD, you know, phone application, watch advertisements, gets me paid, it's free thing. In an attempt to try and make it so people are less likely to binge use it and then never use it again, they've limited it to you can generate 500 TAD points for a person in a day. What they're aiming for here is kind of twofold. One is to get people to get in the rhythm of using it a little bit each day, because 500 TAD points is very quick to get. You can get that in like 3 to 5 minutes. And also, the one that they didn't say that is probably also why they're doing it, is to basically instill confidence in the people actually buying advertisements on it. Because if people are watching a shitload of advertisements, like they were before, like they had an invisible cap for that on TAD, and they just never told me what the number was, because they didn't release that number. But there was an invisible cap at some point, because if you're watching enough of them, they just kind of assume you're not actually watching them, you're just clicking them and doing other things. And if advertisers think that users are doing that, then why would they pay for the advertisements to be there if they think that no one's watching it? So naturally, this whole 500 point limit thing is probably mostly because if you're only watching a few advertisements, you're way more likely to actually watch them, and then advertisers are more likely to pay more money to be on TAD, which means both TAD and the creators on TAD like myself would make more of that money, so it's better for everyone that way. So if you don't use TAD already, give it a try. Link in the description, all you need is a smartphone. Next is Gamewisp. I've been setting up a Gamewisp page. It's kind of like in beta, basically my Gamewisp page. At the time of recording this, I have no subscribers on it, and I'm just still messing around with it. If you don't know what it is, it's basically Patreon with Twitch integration, but I don't stream on Twitch. I stream on Hitbox, so I've actually been messaging Gamewisp trying to get them to, you know, maybe do something with Hitbox. That would be nice. But it just seems like it's more organized, and it has YouTube integration as well. Basically, the entire reason why I'm giving this whole Gamewisp thing a try is that they have a system where they could release videos to you guys early if you're a high enough supporter. I'm still setting that up. I'm still figuring out exactly how that works, but my Gamewisp page is in the description, so give me ideas for supporter tiers on that, and like, you know, rewards and stuff, and I'll consider them and see if I can add them. Still trying to figure out exactly how it works and everything. I don't think I'm ever going to totally abandon Patreon, because it's been really helpful. But I'm just experimenting with this Gamewisp thing, so if you have any ideas on there, let me know. So far, most of the things on Gamewisp are just things I already have on Patreon that I just put on both of them. Speaking of Patreon, if you have any ideas for things I can, like, add to goals, let me know, because I really want to replace some things and add some things and kind of make it better. Like the whole, the video thank you thing for the $10 tier in Patreon, I really want to replace that, because like I got this enormous backlog of thank you videos, and it's gotten to the point where I realized it was hurting my channel. I was putting up all these thank you videos where it's a video that is literally only appealing to one person, because it's thanking them, and like, as much as I'd love to thank them there, I was losing a lot of subscribers through that, and a lot of people were like, just no one's interested in it, because it's a video for one person, and it goes out to everyone's feed, so a lot of people look at that and they see it as spam. So I really want to phase that out and put more things in. I've been slowly integrating more and more things into the lower tiers, but yeah, I don't know. If you have any ideas, I know I've crowdsourced ideas for Patreon like 5 times now, and pretty much no one has any ideas that are doable, but hey, you never know when new people come in with new ideas, or old people think of new things, so if you have any ideas for Patreon and Gamewisp rewards, just let me know in the comments section of this video. Lastly, I've set up a chat bot on my Hitbox page where I do my live streams. So now it just, periodically says stuff, like basically just promotes TAD and Gamewisp, but also it's got this reward thing where the longer you're in the chat while I'm streaming, the more points you accumulate. I'm just kind of test running it right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna use the points for. It's like a currency thing, but it doesn't translate to actually anything of value. It's like a for fun thing. I mean, I could just have it accumulate in the background and occasionally check who, like, the top 5 people are. And, like, it could be, like, a bragging rights thing for you guys. I don't know. So if you have any ideas in the comment section, then let me know. Just avoid... What I always get immediately is people will suggest things on Patreon or things for, like, loyalty of being there forever, of, like, send them a t-shirt. And the problem is... to send you a t-shirt or something like that costs me a fuckload of money. In fact, if it's like a Patreon tier or something like that, you actually need to donate for a long time to make up the money that I would then spend all of it sending you a t-shirt, which kind of defeats the purpose of sending me money when you could have just bought yourself the t-shirt, and I would have made more money off that. Unless you're subscribed to Patreon for like multiple months. Because like, I only make like $1 off every t-shirt I sell. I set them at a really low price, but like, if I had to spend $14 buying the shirt, or even $15 buying the shirt, and then I need to pay the shipping cost to whatever country you're in, we're probably looking at 30 plus American dollars, and I'm Canadian, so that's even more money here. So, you'd have had to send me a lot of money on Patreon to make up for that. So, like, I'm not gonna, like, for the chat reward tier thing, like the points, whatever we want to call them, I'm not gonna give out prizes that are worth real money, because I can't afford to do that. So, yeah. I hope you guys have some good ideas and everything. I really want to get on top of Gamewisp and TAD and Patreon and, like, making them a bigger thing. Mostly because money's getting really tight right now. Because not only have I not been able to stream for 2 weeks, so that hurts because, you know, I'm not streaming, which means people are unsubscribing from Hitbox and making less money a month. People aren't donating as much, because you know how streams are. People like to donate during streams and everything. So, money's been getting rough. And Fatima, actually, my fiance, she got a spinal injury recently. She got some mild spinal trauma. It's nothing too serious. She's gonna make a full recovery. But she's been off work for like 2 weeks. She might be off work for another 2 weeks. And she's only at 70% pay when she's off, and we really need that income. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Also, workplace safety around here tends to pay really late, which sucks. So we're good this month. We're stocked up on food and everything, but next month is looking worrying. So I'm gonna have to really work my ass off and hopefully get this Gamewisp thing and this Patreon thing. Maybe like, I don't know. I gotta think of a way to get people interested in it, you know? Because I already make quite a bit off Patreon and I really appreciate that, but I could do better. I could make it a better incentive for you guys. Right now, my big idea is basically just on Gamewisp, I have vanity Discord supporter tiers. Like, if you're on part of my Discord server, link in the description, it's free to join my Discord server. You can talk with me and all the other viewers of the show. Great way to meet the community. If you're with me on Gamewisp, then you get different, like, supporter tiers. I could probably translate that over to Patreon without too much pain. It's easier when you integrate these things early, but I can do it on case-by-case basis. Whenever someone comes forward and they're, like, a subscriber on Hitbox or a donor on Patreon, then just, like, message me and I can get you one of these supporter tiers based on however much money is being donated. Again, the Gamewisp thing is like very much like I'm still working around with it. I haven't even made a promotion video for it yet. This is like an unofficial one, I guess. So, tiers are subject to change a little bit, but what I will say is it's very unlikely that I'm going to take anything away from the base tier. Because the base tier is basically just everything you get for $5 on Patreon and everything that I give you anyway if you subscribe to me on Hitbox. It's just a little bit less organized on Hitbox because like some of the things is like, you get a copy of every script I write. Well, that requires a mass messaging system, which Hitbox doesn't have, but Patreon and Gamewisp do. So that's frustrating. I just realized there's one more thing to talk about. I might be doing more first look videos from now on. I actually found like a website called Keymailer that allows me as a YouTuber, you can also do it as a streamer, to request game keys of games to then, like, they're basically press keys. You request a key, the company decides whether or not to send you a key of the game, and then, you know, the implication is that you're going to do some kind of video on the game or something. It's not sponsored. I'm not actually being paid to do any of that. It's the same thing that news outlets get, where they get a free copy of the game and then they write a review on it with no obligation to be nice to it, basically. So if I get sent a shit game and I decide to do it on the show, I'm gonna blast it for being shit, don't worry. But that's how you saw Death Road to Canada, which is a game that a lot of people seem to really like in the comment section. The game devs actually tweeted me and said that they liked the video and that they're working on fixing the glitch I got near the end of the game. And I really enjoyed the video. I actually want to stream that sometime. So, yeah, I'm getting to try out some new games that normally I wouldn't be able to afford to try out. And I get to show them on the show to see if you would like them too. So I want First Looks to be a bigger part of the channel. So if you enjoyed that, then let me know if you want to see more of that, because it seems like the comment section on that video is pretty positive. So, thanks again, everybody, for your continued support and everything. Again, check out Tad, Gamewisp, and Patreon if you are so inclined, and until next time, have a nice day.